Fresh details have emerged about the taser incident at a Cooma nursing home that led to an elderly dementia patient's death. Officers had reportedly failed to convince Claire Nowlan to give up the knife she was holding. That's when Senior Constable Christian White allegedly said, "No, bugger it," and fired the taser, striking the 95-year-old. She died in hospital on Wednesday night. White has been charged over the incident and will face court in July.
George Takeley is a former police officer who was instrumental in bringing tasers to Australia and has been tasered 13 times himself. George, what was your reaction when you heard that a 95-year-old woman who weighed just 45 kilos and had dementia had been tasered?
It was pretty disappointing to hear because taser's such a good bit of kit for the police. Tragic, like everyone else. You just wonder why it happened.
George, you've been tasered before. You know what it feels like. What sort of impact would the taser have had on a 95-year-old woman?
Horrendous, absolutely horrendous. It'd be because I was prepared, and like most police officers that have been exposed to taser, they're mentally prepared for it, albeit it's still a shock the first time. It's horrible. For someone that's not prepared for it, they'll think that they've been hit with lightning bolts and all sorts of things. Be a real shock to the system.
So let's talk tasers in general then. What are the protocols around an active police operation and a police officer using a taser?
Look, they vary from state to state, but basically it's a last resort in most cases to lethal force, and obviously we want to avoid lethal force, and taser's an ideal thing because most of the things that are on a policeman's belt are pain compliant, and a taser's an incapacitation device. So, like a bullet, it will incapacitate you, obviously without the lethality of killing someone.
Again, without going into this particular case, police officers I see carry batons. Why wouldn't you use a baton before you use a taser?
Batons don't always work. Rage, alcohol, drug or mentally affected people, you can hit them on the head and they'll just look at you twice and still come. They'll still be a real and impending threat. So you need something that's going to incapacitate them, hopefully immediately. And a taser, predominantly used properly, will do that every time.
George, can you see a rethink happening in regards to the use of tasers in the community?
No, I think the procedures that police have implemented are very good. The training's sufficient. Can always be better with everything. Driving, shooting pistols, tasers can be better. But the first thing that you do in training is talk about common sense approach, and then you talk about the tactical deployment of using a taser on the public.
George, thank you so much for your time.
Pleasure, thank you.